Pressure is an effect where you take a balloon and you take a borrowed cell phone and you visually put the cell phone into the blown up balloon.
Check it out.
Was able to push a phone inside the balloon. I don't know how. I seen it with my own eyes, and now the phone's in the balloon. I mean, that seems, I can't explain. That's good because I'm trying to make sense of it. I mean.
Hey guys, I'm Danny Garcia.
And I'm Dan White.
And welcome to Pressure.
Pressure is an effect where you take a balloon and you take a borrowed cell phone and you visually put the cell phone into the blown up balloon.
It actually penetrates the balloon and actually ends up inside. You can hand it to them. They can rip it out themselves. There's no prep time. It's totally impromptu.
Completely examinable.
Exactly. All you have to do is just learn the steps, which is super simple, super easy, and very effective. Check it out.
What's up? What's your name?
Ulf.
Ulf?
Yeah.
That's the coolest name I think I've ever heard in my life. Ulf, what is your name?
Chantel.
That's all right. Chantel. Ulf and Chantel, where are you guys from?
Namibia, South Africa.
From South Africa?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's sweet. I went to South Africa about a month ago. No, I'm lying. I'm lying. Do you have a cell phone on you?
Yeah.
I don't need to get a balloon. You have a balloon? Sweet. We're gonna use a balloon. We're gonna use a cell phone. What kind of cell phone you got here?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, hold that right there real quick. We're gonna use a balloon. We're gonna use a cell phone. I'm gonna try this out. Make sure I don't have any trick sleeves. I don't have any Spanish-speaking chihuahuas in my sleeves or anything like that. All right, no hidden assistance. All right. There we go. That'll work. So actually get it to go all the way. Yeah. You have to rip it open. Hang on 1 second. Get it out. Oh, there we go. So that you can see it locked inside. You look at you actually feel that you can actually look through. If you stretch it, you can look and see the actual buttons inside. You can see your screen lighting up just like that. Look through the hole. Is that your cell phone?
Yeah.
Going just like that. Deal, man. Danny. Yeah, nice to meet you. It's a documentary. I'm filming a documentary about the human mind and how.
You can lie to me and I believe you. I'm just kidding. Did you figure it out?
I'm just playing. Use the phone. Try this. Try this. Actually get the phone to go all the way through into the balloon. You have to rip it to get it out, but you can actually see. Oh, somebody's calling you, actually.
It's okay, it's my mommy.
Somebody's calling you right now.
It's my mom.
Look, inside the balloon, is this your phone?
Yeah. It's ringing. Yeah.
Is that it right there? You want to answer it? Tell her what just happened. Hello?
She's gone.
Hey, what's up? How have you been? What have you been up?
Too bad she doesn't speak English.
Schmoschle verdient op. Ska verdient op hang high. Skondush dablat in de hey.
No.
Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo. You don't even know what that is.
You can actually see it lit up. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to feel it, but you can actually feel it inside of there. Here, take it, hold it. So, I mean, it's completely in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in there. I seen you do it, man. I'm trying to figure out how you did that, but I don't know what to say, man. What's your name, man? Anyway, man.
Dan.
Dan. Oh, real talk. You simply amazing. He is good.
Does anybody have a cell phone? You'll get it back.
You
perfect. We just got this. We just got this balloon from that balloon. You ever see that balloon lady down the street? She makes balloons.
Honey,
I'm gonna try to show you something cool with it.
There's a bank quarter in my hand.
It's a normal balloon, right? There's no holes in it or anything. If there was a hole in it, wouldn't be able to blow it up. That's your cell phone, right? Check this out. You can see, it even turns on. Look. Cool thing is, here. I don't know if you mind, but here, can you take it out of there? That's in there, right? Here, let's.
Whoa. He blew the balloon up, right? And the phone got sucked inside the balloon. It's not even possible for you to put the balloon inside because of the opening of the balloon. It's not even that big. It just sucked it in. I don't know. That's what happened. He sucked the balloon inside, well, the phone inside the balloon.
Alright guys, you just watched the performances of pressure. You've seen what the effect looks like. Now we're going to take you in and show you how this works. The materials you need are easy. You need a borrowed cell phone, which you know, any cell phone will work. Most cell phones work.
And a balloon. Just your ordinary balloon that you can get from any store, Walmart, Party Supply, pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And the great thing about this is there's no preparation. If somebody, like you're at a party or something like that, and somebody has balloons laying around, you can do this effect. It's totally impromptu.
But you don't want to use these balloons.
You don't want to use animal balloons because
it
will not work with animal balloons.
You can make swords.
What is that?
It's a sword.
That is not that's like a dragonfly on crack. What is that? So, let's get into it. All right, let's get into the explanation on how this works. The thing that makes this effect so great and so amazing is that the effect is done and finished before you have to do the secret move. That's what's great about it. So they think everything's already over, which gives you perfect misdirection.
Right, because they're reacting while you are cleaning up.
Exactly, exactly. So first, we're going to break it down to 2 steps because that's all it is. It's actually really easy. It's the actual move to make it appear as though the cell phone is in the balloon.
The actual pressure move.
And then the rip.
Which is the cleanup.
Which is the cleanup, which actually puts it in the balloon because it's not in the balloon in the first place. Any cell phone will work. It's best if the cell phone is more of a square type phone.
It basically needs to have corners or edges, which pretty much all cell phones do.
Yeah, so any object is kind of what we're talking about because you can do almost or a lot of different objects. This is a perfect size actually. We found out that these like this size phone, which is kind of a standard size phone, works really, really well. So we'll try this out so you can see this. All you're gonna do is take the balloon. You can use any balloon you want. Color doesn't matter. All right, and I think this is like a 12-inch balloon, but just your standard balloon. It doesn't matter what the balloon is. You're gonna blow the balloon up, and as you're blowing the balloon, I'm gonna switch grips and pinch this in between my fingers. Let me show you. Like that. All right. What you want to do is you want to be able to hold on to the balloon, just like so. And you can do it between any finger you want if you want to hold it between those. So whatever feels comfortable, you just want to be able to grab the balloon so you can push. Then you're going to take the cell phone. You're going to hold the cell phone at your fingertips, and you're going to push the balloon onto the cell phone and let it deflate. You're going to start with all the fingers, and then once you get towards the end, you're just going to use one finger. Okay? So show it, and this is what's going to happen. So that's kind of an exposed view. All right? So what's happening is it looks like the cell phone is actually in the balloon already. So they react to this, and it's done. The effect's over.
Yeah,
right?
that basically is the effect.
Exactly. In actuality, what's happened is the balloon has wrapped itself around the cell phone.
Both layers are wrapped around.
Both layers around and gripped. Okay? So it's not inside, it's just underneath it, and it's wrapped around it.
So your angles are completely perfect. The only angle that might not be good is from underneath.
Yeah,
but
except if your fingers are closed,
they can't see anything.
Nothing. You can even flash. If you watch performances, you see that after this happens, I always snap like this to kind of give it like a moment, a magic moment. So I snap, and then I do a quick flash like that.
And it can even be displayed if you want, just by holding the edge. It's not heavy enough that it will
Stay, okay?
Extra balloon hanging out. So you'll be able to feel that on your fingertips. If it's snug, very snug against it, it's perfect. You can actually let it hang and they won't catch any edges overlapping there. So what's also great is if, let's say if you watch the performances, one of the performances that we did when we were out there, somebody actually called as soon as we performed.
Right.
So as soon as it went in, the phone started ringing.
and you get the visual of it lighting up.
Yeah,
and
the cell phone lights up. I mean, it looks amazing, and then they hear it ringing and everything. So it's a great thing. So now this is what's your I guess the position or the area that you're in is this. So you want to grab that and show. So we'll show it to you again. So let me show you that one more time. You're gonna blow the balloon up and switch grips. Make sure you grab hold of it so you have a good grip. Take the cell phone, you're gonna push, releasing your fingers right at the end. I'll show you the back version actually so you can see what's really happening. It's wrapping itself around like that. Now whenever you do this, you'll be able to feel it on your fingertips. Notice this one didn't wrap around as much as the other one did. Some of them will have a small little hole, some of them will have a big one like this. So this one I wouldn't flash. Right? You'll be able to feel it with your fingers. So I wouldn't flash, I would just go immediately, I'd show it, and then display it, and then go into the cleanup. So we're gonna show you the cleanup now. The great thing is though, see at this moment, the trick's done.
Right.
At this moment, everything's finished.
everyone's guard is let down because the effect has happened.
So you built them up and then you break them down. So now we're gonna go into how to do the cleanup to where they can remove the cell phone from the balloon. All right.
So now we're going to go into the cleanup of pressure. So you're in this position right now in the middle of the effect. To them, the effect is over. They're probably going to be reacting right now. So you've got pretty much all the time in the world to do this cleanup. What you're doing in essence is you're actually taking, there's 2 layers wrapped around the phone right now. 2 layers of the latex in the balloon. What you're going to be doing is you're actually cutting one of the layers and wrapping that layer back around the phone.
You're going to invert the balloon itself. So the balloon is in pretty much this position, like this. The end of the balloon is actually tucked into it, like that.
Right.
So what you're going to do is rip that one and invert the balloon inside out.
Taking that one layer, it gets peeled over the whole thing.
Yeah.
So in the end, they actually have a phone in the balloon. You're just twisting it inside out. So to do that, you're going to pull the stem out, and you're going to take it with your teeth. You're going to just bite through one layer of the latex, just like that. Now you want to get this big gap, right? Once that's there, you're going to take your fingers and just literally push or stretch the rest of the latex, the rest of the balloon around the phone. Just like that. Now you are completely clean. The phone is actually inside of the balloon. There's a slight tear, which is because you just sort of tore it open with your teeth.
And what you're using as misdirection for this, first off, your head is misdirection for this move. You're going to bend your head down, rip, do the inversion like he just showed you. But the reason you're ripping this is you're saying now I have to get it out.
The only way to get it out.
And the only way to get it out is
to rip it.
And so you rip it so they can actually see that it's in the balloon. That's when you do the inversion.
So this is, at this point, you let them examine it even more. They can completely see that the thing is in there. It's a real deal at this point. One thing you might want to think about, there's a little bit of residue on the balloon from the condensation when you blow it up in the first place. So it's a little wet sometimes. So if you don't want them to touch that and be grossed out or whatever, you can do it yourself. But either way, I mean, it's obviously in the balloon. There's no getting around that.
Yeah, it's undeniable.
Right.
You show it once you're in this position and it's hanging there. Sometimes what we'll do is we'll take it and actually just open it up there and say, see, you can actually see inside of the.
I mean, actually, if you wanted to, you could just leave it like that.
Yeah, let them do it themselves.
Let them do it themselves. There's nothing more to the effect.
Because everything looks legit. Because everything is legit. That's the whole thing, And the great thing is you did the move whenever they didn't expect to move. So
right.
It's a great thing.
So you can leave them with this, actual little piece of you know, your magic.
Little piece of glory.
Little piece of astonishment.
A little piece of wonder.
So that's that. Now, if you want to, you can of course just keep ripping and
Yeah,
take
just
the,
rip it
the
out.
phone out.
Because they're probably going to want their phone back, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and unless they like to talk through balloon.
Which isn't bad.
That's it.
So that's how it works. That's how it goes. That's pressure. So after you've mastered making the cell phone penetrate the balloon at the fingertips, you can start practicing in the palm. All right? It's a little more difficult, but not a lot. It just takes a little more practice. But this looks really great. We're going to use a different cell phone, and we'll go into it right now. Just like that. You see how great it looks? See?
That looked really good.
Like you can flash it just like that. All right.
This phone's actually really good because you've got a lot of depth there.
It's got the shape. Everything. I mean, it's a real surreal image. You know,
Yeah.
you look at it. They just saw the cell phone out of the balloon, and then instantly, it's inside of the balloon. So it's. I mean, you have to understand what they're thinking. I mean, they don't know what area to go in. All they know is what they see. You know, seeing is believing. So a few tips are: certain balloons require you to push harder. All right, certain balloons require you to push softer. That's just the way it works. Balloons are made differently, different amount of latex and different amount of rubber. So
it's something that, though, you know, just in time you'll be able to pick up a knack for it.
yeah, and you can actually feel it. Like when you pick the balloon, you can actually feel if it, you know, if it's softer, if the balloon's softer, then it'll go in a lot easier. You don't have to push it that hard, and you don't have to release the air out
That's quick.
as quick. Also, and if it's stiff, then you have to push. You know, you got to get like a lot of motion and make sure you actually kind of shove it in there. So.
It's also very important when you're pushing down on the thing, you definitely want to make sure that the cell phone is completely in the center of the balloon. If it's off a little bit, you're not going to get the right wrap around. It has to be right.
And make sure you get these angles too. Make sure the phone has, it's not a really slick phone. Like the thing is, like the iPhone works well, but the iPhone is a little tricky because it's got like rounded edges. So the balloon almost doesn't want to grip onto anything.
But it still completely works. It's just it looks a little nicer, and it's much easier if you want to start off practicing with it.
Exactly.
With one that has a lot harder corners.
Also, the rip.
Another thing, if you want to do this, I like to do this when doing the rip. I take the balloon and actually blow it up a little bit, just to get that spacing in there, so you know that when you rip through it, you're not ripping through both layers. So
also, you can also do this. You can also blow it up a little bit after you put it inside. So once you put it inside, you can blow it up a little bit. See?
And they can see it, inside of there. You get a nice visual of the thing. So once you blow it up a little bit, it's also much easier to rip the balloon.
And sometimes this is good. I'm glad this happened because sometimes this does happen.
Right.
This actually came all the way off, and sometimes that does happen. If it does, don't worry about it. Throw it aside and then just do the move real quick.
Right. You do the same thing. Just goes in. It's it's a lot quicker when only one side of the thing pops off because it's much easier to unwrap. But if not, again, there's no pressure on you at that moment. The effect's completely over with. This is just a proof sort of thing.
Yeah. This is just like that final, that final moment for them to grasp onto what just happened. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's really, the effect's so easy,
It's so good, rarely do you get an effect that's, so easy and so impromptu and it looks so visual. All right, so obviously this is a cell phone and balloon trick, but you can use any small object that has corners and that will potentially be able to be wrapped, or a balloon wrapped around it. Deck of cards, for instance, is perfect.
Deck works really well. I know that one time I was at a party and I actually did it with a man's wallet. I took his wallet and put his wallet in. So, and there's different things you can do, like different funny little things. If you put, like with the wallet, and it was a spur of the moment idea, but it was hilarious. I mean, the guy totally freaked out. Pushed the wallet in, right? And I showed it. And then all I did is I went up, I blew up a little bit of air, and when I was showing him, I just copped a dollar bill out. And I went in and I pulled a dollar bill out, and I said, I'm going to go ahead and keep that. and they just laughed. It was just a funny moment. It wasn't like a big magic moment,
Right.
but it was one of those things that just kind of happened. It just kind of went by. So play with it. See what you can come up with. See if there's different things.
There's tons
that
of,
you can do.
it's since it's so easy, there's a complete room for, any of your improvisational ideas. I mean, any object, like I said, that's can be wrapped around, by a balloon.
Yeah, just use your mat. Like off the top of my head right now, like let's say you have a roll of ones, right? Like a roll of ones with a rubber band around it. That'll go inside of it, right? So what you can do is maybe have somebody pick a $1 bill, out of like 20 $1 bills to make a nice little square, stack. Have them pick one, sign the bill, right? Put the bill back inside, steal it out, do pressure while you have the palm in your hand, show it, right?
Right.
Blow it up, pull their signed bill out, and then invert it and let them keep the money inside of the balloon. I mean, there's tons of stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
It's unlimited. Wallet, cards, cell phone, just use your imagination.
Pack of gum.
Yeah, pack of gum. Just use your imagination.
Yeah, anything.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Speak.
What the I can't. I'm so lightheaded right now. Holy God.
I'm Danny Garcia.
And I'm Dan White.
And this is Pressure.
I'm Daniel Madison. This is awesome.
Oh my God.